don't enter one chance, I swear, I go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, but them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it up. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jello. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect it bribe. Shame on the
all of us. In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for the independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on and on.
Akara mi hembe na mbe si ma choro fu ukwehi mo nkozo mu atoro ihe niile mo nkwu ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tigata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wusi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-emeghị omimi n'ime ya ingwa gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwekweghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe arụgidere ụlọ a na ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọta nwunye ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabataba anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị ibe anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta bụ nke ndị iro kọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye gara ndụ kpakụ onye ire rie n'ihe ọ Ndụbụisi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka anyị cheghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe n'ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro ekwu okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ụmụ ihe ndị a ka anyị si na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ akọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ ewu chụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-eto esi wee kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ewu ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo awakpafu n'obodo Naijiria
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dịka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu ọkụka mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe ekegbuo anyị nwu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-esi etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu o doo na nyere onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ ibe mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ bụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program. Share to others so that they can join us on this very quick one. We have come for our evening section. Our evening section of the program. We will try as much as possible to continue to pass the message that we need to pass, whether they want to hear it or not. We know that the attack on our platform have increased, but no matter how they attack us, no matter how they try to come against us, we will continue to speak and we will continue to air our opinion. We will continue to make our voice heard. So that is why we have come for this evening section of our program. Remember that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come for this platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. What we do here is to set the record straight. That is what we do, and we will continue to do so. So everyone that have joined us, I appreciate you for being there. I can see my sister Messi Akere, you are always there. Thank you so much, Messi. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your constant support, Messi. I appreciate you. And thank you for always being around us and helping us on this program. You have been doing a very wonderful job in your support. We appreciate you a lot, and we will continue to appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also everyone that have joined us on this program today, wherever you are connecting to the program from, we thank you for being part of the program. We appreciate you, and we say may Shukwu Kukabiyama continue to guide and protect you. So, my fellow Biafrans that are joining us today, fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching the program from, I urge you to like and share. I urge you to like and share. We are in the time of radical evangelism. Remember, the assignment we have is to preach the gospel of Biafra, to make sure that they do not take away our voice, to make sure that our voice is being heard, to make sure that we are not defeated. We will make sure that we will continue to push our message forward regardless what the enemies are saying. So, as many as have joined us today program, I thank you for being part of the program. I appreciate you, and I urge you to stay strong, stay along with us. Join us to continue to preach this gospel. Join us to continue to extend this message to those who need to hear us. The battle is for all of us to fight. It is not a battle for one person. As I'm doing my own part, you will equally do your own part in your own way. So, I thank you for being part of this program. As you all know, our evening program is always an extension of the morning section. It's just an extension of what we did in the morning. That is what we are doing this evening. Just a kind of continuation of our morning program. That is why, if you look there, you are going to see the topic we are discussing. For those of you who are there with us, you will see the topic we have chosen to discuss this very evening. It is just the same thing like we did in the morning. This evening, we chose a different angle to talk about the colonial trap, British influence, elite conspiracy, and Nigeria crisis. The colonial trap, British influence, elite conspiracy, and Nigerian crisis. We will try to touch all these as much as we can. The colonial trap of the British, the trap they have set that everyone is trapped into. Every indigenous person is trapped into it. And no matter how you try to escape it, it is very difficult. The British don't want to let go. You heard when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was always shouting and talking about the British. To the extent that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned them that if they don't remove their hand in Nigeria, what is going to happen to them, they will not be able to control it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, if you don't remove your hand in Nigeria, you will be destroyed. And they refused to remove their hand. They have refused to remove their hand from Nigeria. And I bet you destruction is upon them as we speak. Even in a very difficult time when people are running helter-skelter trying to save their life, the British do not care. What they care about is their company, Nigeria. What they are doing is trying to see how to be able to take the resources. In the insecurity that is being discussed today by the United States of America, the British don't behave as if there is something happening. The British will never talk about the insecurity in Nigeria. They don't care. They behave as if it's not happening. Whatever happens in Nigeria is none of their business. That is why you saw the one day, is it David Cameron or whoever they sent to Imo State that was speaking. And this is how they operate. You saw him in Imo State and you see the kind of statement he was using, insulting statement, and insulting these people who call themselves Nigerian indirectly. He was insulting them indirectly. The interest of the West is not your safety or security. Every person that is an indigenous person in Nigeria should know this. The interest of the West is not about your security. It's not about your safety. They don't care whether you eat or you don't eat, whether you live or you die. They don't care. They don't care. As long as this their company called Nigeria continue to exist, that is what they are interested in. The only thing the British is interested in is to make sure that Nigeria continue to run. It doesn't matter who runs it. It doesn't matter how it's been run. It doesn't matter how any life is wasted. They don't care. All they care is make sure that that company they established continue to exist and resources continue to flow to them unchallenged. They continue to take resources unmeasured, free. That is where their concern is. And that is why the Biafrans have said they will get out of this zoological republic. We can never be part of it. It does not matter what they do. We are out of it, out for good. And you see how crazy they are because they realize that the Biafrans have gone away from the zoo. They are mad. They are so mad that they can do anything to keep that their company. That is why you see them running helter-skelter. You see them, including supporting terrorists. In order to keep that their company, they will support terrorists. The British have never supported any meaningful governance in that contraction called Nigeria. These were the same people who brought in Buhari, supported Buhari, gave him their Chatham House to speak. The same people who brought a drug baron. They first of all brought a jihadist. The jihadist Buhari came and laid the foundation for jihad. Even while they laid the foundation, in London, their ex-president is over there acknowledged Nigeria as an Islamic state. Nigeria that every one of you is running here that calling it a secular state. They recognize this as an Islamic state. That was why they allowed a jihadist come and lay the foundation, Muhammad Buhari. He laid the foundation. After the jihadist, they brought a drug baron. They brought a drug baron to cement the action after he reached agreement with them. Hopefully by tomorrow, I am going to play the video that will indict them more. You know, in this platform, we don't just speak. We do our program with evidence on video from their own contraption. Tomorrow program is going to be a bombshell. I just saw today we did the exposition of the Tiger Base. After we are doing that exposition of Tiger Base, now the Tiger Base, they brought press men to go and inspect their office. And you can imagine police inviting press to come and investigate their and look at their environment. I saw the video, I just laughed. These people are evil, unrepentant evil. That is what they are. If you see the picture of Tiger Base they were showing, they have painted everywhere, renovated everywhere, arranged everything, packed everything, kept everywhere in order, keep everything, even including their detainees. They took everything away, paint the whole place, and now they invite people. They say that they are press. They invite press to come and interview. They say they invite human rights. And I was laughing. Tomorrow, I'm going to play the video tomorrow. That will be our tomorrow program. Tomorrow morning. So that you can see the evil in Nigeria. A very devilish country. A very devilish country. A terrorist organization. That Tiger Base is the real anchor of terrorism in Imo State. The Tiger Base that people have testified against. A lot of people have died here. Why is it they did not bring detainees? Why don't they take the journalists to the cell? What about the people? If you want to investigate them and know what they're doing. There are people who have been there, gone in and out. People they have extorted. People that have injured, people who their family members have died there, they are living, they are not dead. They are all alive. You see some useless questions that were asked there, and they just brush it and say anything. Even the way they were going around in that place, you know that these people are evil. Tomorrow, I'm going to play that video tomorrow. That will be our tomorrow program. After we have done the exposition today on Tiger Base, they just went and invited journalists, say, come and see. Because people have been talking about it, people have been reporting. People have been reporting over and over everywhere. Human rights, even human rights, including human rights themselves, have been calling them out. Amnesty International indicted that Tiger Base, indicted them. It is a shame. It is a shame. When Mazen Nane cannot say anybody that call himself a Nigerian, you spit on that person. The person is evil. It is not a lie, it is true. You saw the drama that the British are playing in Imo State. I say, when you look at what is happening in Imo State today, you will understand why they took somebody that did not contest election and put in Imo State. Imo State is important. They want to take over Imo State by all means because of the mineral resources in Imo State. Because of the resources in Imo State, they wanted somebody who can hijack Imo State and hand it over to the caliphate. They wanted somebody who will be loyal to them, somebody who will be a stooge to the colonial masters. That was why they took Hope Uzodinma, who is a criminal. We know Hope Uzodinma, a born criminal. They took a criminal, a known criminal, and they made him the governor of Imo State. And you can imagine what a criminal, somebody that escaped death sentence, somebody that escaped from death row, condemned to die, and they maneuvered him and removed him. Now made him a governor. You can imagine the kind of control they will have over him. Take as many lives as you like in your place to prove to us that you are loyal. Anybody that talks, take his life. Anybody that challenges you, take his life. Anybody that did not obey, take his life. And that is what he's doing. Nobody can speak in Imo State. Nobody. Nobody dare say anything in Imo State. Nobody says anything in Imo State. What he says is final. That is why the Tiger Base issue is when I saw the interview today, it's very laughable. Very laughable. You see how they arranged everywhere. And when you look at them, those people who are working there, these are monsters. These are the people who have played their video. You saw a video of people who are working there, how they were boasting on how they take the life of people. They were really boasting that they have charm. They don't care about your Bible. They have charm. They have different kinds of spiritual power to do what they do. If you are a Biafran, you have to be strong. This is not the time to keep silent. We must continue to call them out. As the United States is putting sanctions on Nigeria, as the United States is putting satellite on the genocide in Christians, the genocide in Biafra land is the worst of all. The major genocide is going on in Biafra land, and nobody is talking about it. Conducted by the federal government of Nigeria with this Tiger Base issue. The federal government of Nigeria using Hope Uzodinma to conduct genocide. Millions have been died in the hand of Hope Uzodinma in Imo State. The same thing Soludo is doing in Anambra State. And these are the people they use to change narrative. That is why in a very terrible time, you saw Hope Uzodinma come to begin to say he's organizing a business summit. You are organizing business summit in Imo State. In the worst state, in the worst state of the country. The worst and the most insecure state of the country today, Imo State. He doesn't care about the security. Wherever you are as a Biafran, continue to pray for the freedom of our Supreme Ambassador Nanikano and Master Simon Ekpa. Pray and pray hard for them to be free. When they were here, you thought they were joke. When Master Simon Ekpa was telling you that they want to take him away to get at you, you didn't believe him. When Master Simon was saying they want to take me away to get you, you thought it was a joke. Today they have taken Master Simon Ekpa away. And today, Hope Uzodinma can take any life he wants, anytime, any day. He can play any game. Nobody is stopping him. Hope Uzodinma can take as many life as he likes. After taking the life, you go and call press briefing. And that's it. People will go about their business as if nothing happened. This was why Master Simon Ekpa was crying. Today, every single thing he has worked for is now destroyed. We are now back to square one. Only Chukwuokikabiama intervention is what we need now. So if you know how to pray, pray. Pray and continue to talk the way we are talking. If you know anything you can do, do it. Sensitization, talk, make noise. That is the only thing we have today. My fellow Biafrans, let us go into their conventional media. Let us see what they have in their conventional media. With the nonsense Hope Uzodinma is doing in the Imo State and all the rubbish they are doing. Chukwuokikabiama will expose all of them. They will all be exposed by the special grace of Chukwuokikabiama. They will all be exposed. They cannot escape it. No matter how they try to escape, they will never escape it. They will not escape. We will continue to expose them. We will continue to expose them, bring them to book, and let the world know what they are doing. So let us go to their conventional media. Let us go to their conventional media and see what they have there. Let us listen. You know, our duty is to debunk all their lies. When they bring their propaganda, they bring their lies, our duty is to destroy those lies they are pushing everywhere. We track the lies and we decimate them. Let us listen and hear what they have to say.
Good morning, lady, visible lady, right? Yes. Good morning, Bimba. This morning, great. Friday, right? Yes, ready. All right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trended by highlighting reactions to former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's visit to Nigeria to attend Imo State Economic Summit in Owerri. Speaking during the event on Thursday, Johnson celebrated the economic and professional ties between the United Kingdom and Nigeria, describing the relationship as mutually beneficial. He also made a pointed reference to Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party, joking that Britain sends former prime ministers to Nigeria, while Nigeria sends future prime ministers to the United Kingdom. Let's take a look.
I'm proud, very proud, of what we export to Nigeria. We send you pharmaceuticals and bankers and services of all kinds, automotive parts, all sorts of things. We send whiskey, huge quantities of whiskey, probably more popular somewhere than another. We send, and you send us so much in return. Oil and gas, movies, brilliant doctors, nurses, technicians, tech geniuses from Nigeria. Nigeria come to the UK, and we're very grateful. We're very, very, very grateful and honoured. And we send you, former United Kingdom Prime Ministers, and you send us, future United Kingdom Prime Ministers, in the form of Kemi Badenoch, who comes from Nigeria and is doing better and better these days.
Dr. Patti, I was listening to you this morning. I was like, Dr. Patti, hold your fire. There's time for that discussion. Just hold your fire. But he was like, what an insult, right? I'll take some response on X. I'll take just this one.
You deserve it. What insult? You deserve everything you get.
Our predicament lies squarely in the hands of leaders who have repeatedly failed to demand fair terms, real reciprocity, and a balance of trade that actually advances Nigeria's long-term interests. After all, What national value is created by importing huge quantities of whiskey while exporting the very oil, talent, and
he is
intellectual
bold to
capital
say it.
that
He's bold
sustain
to
other
say it.
economies? A nation that trades
they
its
send
best
you whiskey.
mines and raw resources for low-value consumables cannot pretend this is partnership. And so, Boris Johnson can stand on a public stage and frame this imbalance as generosity, unaware or uncaring that his praise exposes how casually Nigeria is expected to accept lopsided exchanges as though they were compliments, until we elect leaders who understand national dignity, protect our strategic assets, and insist on trade that enriches Nigeria rather than draining it. Comments like his will continue to sound like graciousness to some, even as they function as an insult, hiding in plain sight. Dr. Abasi, over to you.
Okay, very quickly. The positive side that I can take from former Prime Minister Boris Johnson's statement in the Owerri Investment Summit, to which he had been invited to deliver the keynote address, was that he addressed the challenge of insecurity in Nigeria. And he said, I feel safe in Nigeria. I have been reading a lot of things, but looking at it, I don't think that there is any problem in Nigeria. And so this is one international figure who feels very safe to come to our country. And I hope that he will tell his friend, the president.
This man, Abati, is an idiot. This man called Abati is an idiot. This man is the devil. How can this man, Boris, yes or whatever they call him, come and tell you that Nigeria is secure? And you say it's a positive thing. In a time that the whole world know that Nigeria is not secure. And this man came and lied and said that the world is secure. Do you know the amount of security this man will be given before, the guarantee of security he will be given before he comes back? Do you know how many countries that have given a signal to their citizens, their citizens said, don't go to Nigeria? Do you know how many countries have given warning to their citizens, including Britain themselves, including Britain? And this man came to lie, and you say it's a positive side. You are addressing it as the positive statement. This Abati will never stop showing that he's the devil. And I say that when he dies, Maggot will refuse to eat his flesh. I don't know why a human being will be so devilish, will be so negative in everything. You want to twist by all means, even when there is nothing to rejoice about, even when there is no good statement made. This man will try to manufacture his own. How can this man come and tell you there is a security in Nigeria, and you are saying that as a positive note, that he should go and tell his country people? Who do you think that people are dumb like you? You think the other nations of the world are dumb like you? Many countries have issued warning to their countries. Every first world country has issued warning to their citizens. Beware of going to Nigeria. They all have warning. And this guy, may God have mercy on you, Abati. God will have mercy on you.
Of the United States, that Nigeria is safe. He, of course, is a Christian. He's been here. And
this guy is an idiot.
Maybe he has come back. A very safe environment from his own testimony. And we endorse that. However,
this guy is an idiot.
The whole idea of inviting Boris Johnson to an investment summit, well, apart from him to just give ideas about what can be done, being a former prime minister, what level of investment is he going to bring? I said the only major investors that I saw there are Aliko Dangote and also Benedict Rama, who can contribute to concrete ideas about investment. And then Governor Uzodinma is holding investment summit. How many months to when he will leave office? This is his second term. He's going to end very soon. If he was very serious about this, he should have done it the first time, the very first within 2 months that he came into power, and he will have had the time to implement it. So even if brilliant ideas were given there, who is going to implement those ideas? So that's why I say, give it to Governor Uzodinma. He's a genius in political showmanship, and he achieved this in terms of giving us a truly international summit. Now, to go to what Johnson was saying. Look, the former Prime Minister was insulting us.
Yeah.
He said he's very happy with what we've been able to export to Nigeria. What did he say the British have been exporting here? They've been exporting large quantity of whiskey. You know, that was Nigeria is a country of drunkards.
48 years or how many years?
This is a whiskey.
Absolutely correct.
So, in fact, maybe the Nigerian government should do something about this importation of whiskey to Nigeria. Maybe it's responsible for part of our progress.
Yes,
He says they've been exporting pharmaceuticals to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So the subtext is that Nigeria is a country of sick people
Yes.
who are taking okay, I'm not pointing this in
You're not right. Point that way. That way, that way. Also, I'm an import.
Banking services and other services. Then what do we give in return in terms of installation? We give oil and gas.
Yes.
We give tech geniuses. We give Nollywood.
Yes.
And on top of it all, he says we are giving Britain somebody who is likely to become Prime Minister of Britain. Can't you see how it's on?
Why do you invite former Prime Minister?
Unequal.
Yes.
So it was a British sarcasm, you know, at his highest. And I thought, you know, he was diplomatically insulting us. And that's why the whole point about
you deserve it. Idiots like you need to be insulted because you will never learn.
President.
Idiots
Now,
like
look,
you need to be
it's
insulted.
only Africans, Nigerians themselves, nations, states here that can determine our own economic direction.
All right.
And that's why these state governments should invest in agriculture, invest in human capital, and Igbos who are outside the southeast, they should also go and invest at home.
Yes.
You are an
Not
idiot.
outside.
You are an
India,
idiot.
Governor Soludo has been calling on India Anambra,
You are
come home
an idiot.
and invest in your area so that you can create jobs, give opportunities to your people. And then the federal government should support the states with good policies.
All right. Very well said.
Dangote is doing petroleum.
Yeah.
They say they will stop importation, 15%.
Right.
The same government say, oh, we are not changing, we have changed our mind.
All right.
How can the government be encouraging large-scale importation and will not support local productivity?
Right.
So this is the mismatch, the
All right.
disconnect that we have, and that's why they can come and tell us that we send the best of our
We
talents.
send bad enough.
Why they give us whiskey,
All right.
large quantities of whiskey? Why are the people drinking the whiskey?
We know them. But
So,
anyways.
whiskey is our own fentanyl.
All right.
It's our own cocaine.
Hold on. Yes, we know the people who are 48 years old whiskey, right? Do we produce whiskey here in Nigeria? Okay, now so okay. Well, talking about we have Ogogoro, Sapele water.
They do great branding now with it. They commercialized it and made it very formal.
You want to join the British to laugh at
I
us.
want to export Ogogoro to the Brits.
Well, you know, speaking about Igbos coming back to going, and I think it's quite a valid point from Vice President Kashim Shettima, also with the Anambra State government, calling for the Igbos to invest in the Southeast. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shettima at the event described Igbos as the greatest stakeholders in the Nigerian project,
While
highlighting their widespread economic
you want
influence
Igbos to come
across
home.
the country.
You want Igbos to come home and you are putting in policies that is driving them away. You are putting in policies that drive them away. You have made Igbo land insecure. You put in policies, there is no international airport, there is no seaport. You strive everything. There is no federal government presence anywhere, and you want them to come back. How do you want them to come home? How? And when these idiots come online and they talk, they only look for an opportunity. A soft spot. Igbos have become your easy targets. Igbos are the easy targets. I don't blame you people. It's because of the idiots that they force on us as governors. It's because of the idiots that they succeeded in planting. That the British, that are working for the British. You see them inviting a British man. Bunch of idiots.
Shettima painted a vivid picture of Igbo economic dominance, stating that half of Abuja is owned by Igbo.
The same Shettima we saw in audio, where he was discussing how to destroy Igbo economy. The same man who was speaking in audio how to destroy Igbo economy and make only Southwest and Northern economy. And they are doing it. The same man, it is not a story. We saw him on audio where he was discussing how to stifle the business of Igbos and destroy it completely. That is a man that came to Imo State to make a speech. And he wanted, some of you in the media think we are stupid. We are not.
He went further, declaring that the presence of both Igbo and Hausa communities in any location signals safety and vibrancy.
Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I dare say
Boko Haram leader
are the greatest stakeholders in the Nigeria project. Half of Abuja is owned by Igbo. Half of the population of Lagos is largely made up of Igbo. There is hardly any place in this country, if you don't see an Igbo man, you better run away from that place. If you don't see a Hausa man, you better run away from that place. Because they go where opportunities abound. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to appeal to our leaders to come and invest in this country, in Imo, and in all parts of the Federation, because this is a nation waiting to unleash its full potentials.
Well, this is a significant statement from Nigeria's #2 citizen, recognizing the Igbo community's vital role.
She didn't recognize anything. Stop that nonsense.
The acknowledgement comes
Stop that nonsense. She did not recognize anything.
With the Southeast through infrastructure investments and policy reforms. Meanwhile, at the summit, Governor Hope Uzodinma highlighted Imo State's strategic advantages, including what he called the largest proven gas reserves in West Africa. Some other notable figures at the event include business mogul Alhaji Aliko Dangote, who announced that his conglomerate would become one of Imo State's biggest investors, and former Afrexim Bank President Benedicto Rama, who revealed that the bank is already constructing a multi-million-dollar quality compliance and exports facility in the state. I mean, these are notable investments that we have seen from this summit. I'd like for you to tie in your thoughts with Vice President Kashim Shettima talking about the Igbo resilience and, of course, the Hausa communities. It says, if you don't see an Igbo man in the community or even a Hausa, just live there. That place is not prosperous. But, it speaks volumes.
Yes, speaks for the enterprising nature of the people, of the Igbo people, especially from the Southeast. And even during campaign season, presidential candidates talked about how they were going to maximize the entrepreneurial skills and talents in these areas. I remember that Southeast was said to be going to become Taiwan of Africa. We haven't seen that yet. What it means is that there is great potential in this region, but we need to move from potential to tapping into this potential by investment, critical investment in areas that could produce and fully showcase these talents. And so that's why I again call this, earlier this morning I was talking about the subnationals and even highlighted some areas that the Imo State governor can do. The important thing is that a 2-day summit, economic summit, is good. Optics very good, right sound bites and so on. But if they end at sound bites, including the promises of
it will end there. It will end the sound bites, just as you said.
Despite the fact that a lot of money has been spent. If Alhaji Aliko Dangote, for instance, decides that he wants to go and become the biggest investor in Imo State, that is very welcome. But I hope that Imo State provides an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. I was talking about the fact that in the last top 10 in the index, competitiveness index released by the Presidential Enabling Business and Environment Council, PEBEC, Imo State is not on that list. It means that it is not very easy to do business based on certain policies, infrastructure, bureaucratic procedures in accessing government services and the likes. And so these are the areas that they should look into. Let us move from rhetoric to action.
Yes.
Beyond summits like this, let us show working. Alhaji Aliko Dangote said the best way to attract foreign investment is through domestic investment.
Yes.
If you want people to come and put their money or entrust their money in your system, let them demonstrate to them that you are willing and open for business. Number one, fix insecurity, ensure that they sit at home on Mondays, which billions of naira lost in income and affecting businesses. Look at agriculture. Let us move from mechanized subsistence form to mechanized. Let us develop the value chain, provide good roads, provide water, provide power. These are the critical things. Educate your people, encourage your citizens. Yes. These are the things that the governors can do. So in addition to summit, let them show working.
Yes.
Your works would make it even more of a powerful statement that you are ready and willing to attract investors and ready to do business.
All right.
That's what we want to
Very well. So overall, I thought it was a beautiful summit. My dear friend, Stephanie Busari, you know I have to plug her in, was one of the organizers of the event, and she's been doing so well in getting all these high-profile people together in one room. So I'd say,
as one of the...
well, that's why the world is a global village, Dr. Abati. It's good to have that type of shared collaboration. No, I mean, that's what I just said. The world is a global village. We need to find ways to share culture, share exchange, isn't it so?
Well, I hope they'll invite us to the UK with Boris Johnson.
I'm sure. If you have people like Stephanie Busari on the table, I'm sure that would happen. Well, kudos to her, and of course, the good people of Imo State. Well, let's take another story now. The Akwa Ibom State government has issued a strong rebuttal to the International Press Institute, Nigeria, following its inclusion of Governor Umo Eno in what it calls a book of infamy for alleged press freedom violations in a press statement signed by Information Commissioner Anaikan Umana. The government described the IPI's claims as false, unfounded, and completely inconsistent with the state's relationship with the media. The government is challenging IPI and its president, Musikilu Mojid, to provide evidence of any journalists arrested, detained, or harassed on the governor's orders since the assumed office. According to the statement, no media house has been shut down or sanctioned in Akwa Ibom State under Governor Eno's administration. Well, the IPI had blacklisted Governor Eno for allegedly barring Channels television reporters from the Government House Press Center in May after they reported what the Institute described as an undemocratic remark by the governor. The ban has reportedly remained in place for 7 months. However, the state government insists the issue involves a routine recall of the Channels TV reporters who had covered the state for over 20 years. The government described this as standard administrative practice, not repression. Adding to the pushback, the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Akwa Ibom State dismissed the IPI's allegations, describing the claim as baseless, adding that NUJ would be the first to raise alarm if any journalist faced harassment or intimidation in the state. Well, the Akwa Ibom State government is now demanding a retraction and public apology from the IPI. Well, the International Press Institute Nigeria had also accused Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bago and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, of undermining press freedom in the country. Governor Bago earned his place in the Book of Infamy after ordering the closure of Badegi FM in Mina in August. The independent radio station was sealed for airing content critical of his administration, while the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, was cited for what the Institute described as a culture of impunity within the police force. Publisher Azuka Ogujiba of Media Room Hub faced repeated arrests while reporting on a land dispute. Other journalists in Kano, Ekiti, and Abuja have since experienced similar treatment with no visible corrective action from police leadership, according to the IPI. Well, however, in a more positive note, the IPI honored the Director General of the Department of State Services, Adiola Ajayi, for his professionalism since taking office in August 2024. The IPI lauded the DSSDG, stating that under his watch, the agency has resolved harassment incidents promptly and engaged constructively with media houses. I would say congratulations to the DSSDG. We can attest to that because, he's been doing so well with connecting with the media and also sharing information. So our congratulations to the DSSDG. Bimbai, your thoughts?
I think I begin with the IPI, and it's important to acknowledge their vigilance in tracing all of these cases and ensuring that they're addressed, that a response is received, and that they go through the processes. So I think it's important to just acknowledge their boldness and their commitment to ensuring that truly press freedom is guaranteed. However, the trend is very concerning. Of course, each of the governors has spoken out, and in many cases, not even just governors, you have various politicians who do come and refute the allegations. Akwa Ibom State specifically, we remember what transpired during the period when the governor was preparing to defect, and then there was a video clip that allegedly was not supposed to have gone out and so forth. But until date, that team from Channels TV who'd been covering Government House for over 20 years have not been reinstated. So we now have to ask ourselves, what is it? They say it's a regular procedure, but surely after that, we would have seen some sort of an attempt to repair the media relations. You know, one thing I do have to commend President Tinubu about is that at any given opportunity, he says that he's ready to receive abuse. And we've often said that that's one thing you can't take away from him, is that he does take criticism. He allows us to speak, relatively freely and for people to express their views. But when you come to the subnational level, the level of intolerance is very concerning and alarming. And it's not just with some of the names that have been named here. The stories are far and wide. And that's why I'm saying it's not just governors who are accused of this. Last week, we took an interview with a journalist from, I can't remember the state now, but it was one of the states, and the issue was that there are a number of journalists who have been arrested unprocedurally that are still being held captive. They know they can't go to court because, of course, they know that they don't have the power and the influence in the courts. They don't trust the judicial system to be able to protect them. So in all of this, these are occupational hazards that we face in trying to pursue the truth, in trying to hold public officials accountable, trying to ensure that the high and mighty are always brought to book. And this is the challenge that a fourth estate continues to face, but this is a democracy and will continue to advocate and push back. And again, organizations like IPI and NUJ and so forth continue to do their work to protect us and protect our work and to protect the truth, most important.
I like that. We must always learn how to protect press freedom, which is really the main point. And to your point about Akwa Ibom State, which is we're going back to Akwa Ibom State now, they did say that the Channel TV reporters are still allowed to go into their government house. That just the reason was because it was a recall process that has they've been there for 20 years, so they had to rejig that. But again, I'd say kudos to the DSSDG. We want more reports from this IPI as well, just so that we can, share more information with people and organizations more freely as well. Now, talking about Akwa Ibom State, the police has charged a man named David Effiong for violating Governor Umo Eno's recent ban on masquerade activities. Effiong was arrested on Tuesday after he was caught dressed in full masquerade regalia, despite Governor Umo Eno's ban. Well, he's seen here in this video that went viral on Tuesday, standing in front of a group of policemen and a crowd of pressmen and bystanders. I know we discussed this over the weekend, Tuesday, when we talked about what happened. You call them gods, Dr. Bati. No, ancestors. So they now arrest gods in Nigeria. That's what you're saying now. I mean, what happened to his powers at the time? See how humble he was. You like a humble ancestor.
To the laws of the land. I must commend the ancestor for just give to Caesar what is Caesar.
But really, what happened?
But it's arrested for being a public nuisance.
So was that
this is the point that I was trying to make is that in Akwa Ibom you have Ekpo, in Cross River you have Ekpe, and traditionally these have been strong and important parts of the culture. But lately it has become economic activity. So you have people who will hold your car hostage and won't let you go until you give them money or alcohol or a combination.
What about those that fly you?
It's Christmas. Yes. I talked about religious freedom, section 13, that both enemies and Christians and whoever, they have the right to pursue their faith and celebrate their religion the way they deem fit. So, Father Christmas is also a masquerade. So, just wait.
Why are you shocked? He's a masquerade.
Just wait. Father Christmas is a masquerade. So, I'm also going to arrest Father Christmas when it is Christmas time, because this April masquerades, they want to do Christmas. I've made put the caveat that
Yes.
if you are violent,
Yes.
if you harass people, if you constitute yourself into a nuisance,
Yes.
okay, yes, they can regulate, they can give restrictions. But this is Christmas. Everybody can do Christmas.
Yes.
When Father Christmas comes, what is the difference between Father
Father
Christmas?
Christmas is not on the streets.
What?
They're stopping cars.
No, you are dancing from Father Christmas, dancing from neighborhood to neighborhood. Masquerades are also entertaining you.
Do not touch Father Christmas. This is a
No, Father Christmas is also covered up.
Okay, let me add this one to the story. This is all coming as the State House of Assembly rejected a motion to stop the consumption and sale of dog meat, leading to questions about the government's priorities regarding what is regulated. The lawmaker who brought the bill forward had argued that dogs are often killed in a cruel manner, often involving strangulation and blunt force trauma, leading to severe animal suffering. And these are the questions that they're asking about the, Akwa Ibom. You are banning masquerade, and you are then okay. We should leave their meat. Just meat alone. Everybody has their culture. I think yes, we can regulate the way in which it is done. But there are different areas where people eat things that you are shocked about. I think we shouldn't legislate on people's cultures as long as it's not infringing on the rights of the dog. Party cannot wait. I just want to say that she eat their meat. Hey,
It's called
fall for. That's what it's
called.
called.
Fall for. Among our people in our country, it's a special delicacy.
You grew up in that area, so you went to school in that area. But no,
it's a special delicacy.
No, they have to
Just
stop.
in that artist, but also in Undo.
Yeah.
It's like you go to Undo State now and you tell people not to eye dogs in one way or the other. Then there are some developing, rules about the rights of animals.
Rights of animals, yes.
We haven't reached that level yet. Yeah.
Why?
People eat cats.
We have dogs as pets. I have a pet as a dog.
Snakes. People eat dolphins.
Yes. So are you advocating for eating dogs?
I'm saying that there's hunger in the land.
There's hunger in the land. These animal rights people are not going to be happy with you guys today. Yes.
Cruelty.
Yes.
Animals.
Yes.
We should develop that part of it.
I like that.
Like this primordial taste bud for 404. It will be difficult.
So you tasted dog meat?
Well, I'm not saying so, but I grew up in that part.
Okay. But I love animals. I love dogs. I can't even imagine them being killed the way that they are being killed. But I guess the conversation.
But you eat beef.
I eat beef, but I don't think that they kill them the way they kill the animals.
I don't think that they kill them.
She's advocating for it. She was saying she told me about the story. All right.
You know what? I may have done so mistakenly. There's one sweet meat I had once there. I couldn't place what it was, but all right.
So, Father Chris.
The thing was rejected unanimously.
I'm not laughing with you guys. I'm not laughing with you. I'm not laughing with you. I'm an animal lover. I love animals. All right. Okay. Well, all right. Leave Bingo alone. Well, all right. Now on our milestones. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has joined family, friends, and well-wishers across the country in celebrating an industrialist and philanthropist, Prince Samuel Adedoyin, also known as the Doyen of Industries, founder.
We got to stop it there. Most times we go to their media to also see what is happening. It is important we don't just fold our hands and remain in one place. We go and see what they're doing, and then we can be able to compare to what we have and also know how to debunk their lies. So when you look at them, the way they make joke of everything, they forget about the serious issue at hand and they're talking about irrelevant issues. Very irrelevant issues. They forget about the relevant issues. They are talking about irrelevant things. They joke about everything. Even in a serious situation, you see them joking. Well, the most important thing that wherever you are as a Biafran today, know it that you are not part of Nigeria. Nigeria does not belong to you. And the international communities that are looking to what is happening to Nigeria, we have said it again and again. The only solution, the only remedy is Biafra. Disintegration to your tent, O Israel. That is what is going to save humanity in Nigeria. Don't think that anybody is going to come and do anything for you. Nobody is going to save you. Wherever you are, prepare, fight, and save yourself. Secure yourself. And continue to pray for the intervention of the United States. They have already made the push. They have already pressed the button. Stop Sharia law. Disband Hizbah if you want to continue to have your Nigeria. And you know they will not. You know they will not. But when the God will kill a man, he will first of all make them deaf and dumb. Wherever you are, continue to pray. Pray and pray hard that the United States should stand their ground and make their move. We are at the end of the road. By the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, before Trump leaves office, Biafra will be defined and we will go our separate ways. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to pursue a cause for humanity. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran that is in this platform, those who have watched now and those who will watch later. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Don't miss tomorrow's program. Tomorrow we are going to play some very, 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 very interesting videos. It's going to be an interesting program tomorrow. See you tomorrow morning, and may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect all of you. Good night. Have a nice sleep.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, but them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it up. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jello. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses.